Hello, everyone. It is time for this week's Thursday Night Football halftime special. And filling in for Brady Hannon this week, we have a guest host. He is notoriously known for cursing teams with his bets, devouring chicken wings. And that's not all. He also hosts his own song games. Please welcome, originally from Arlington Heights, Illinois, to Mundelein, to Ivanhoe, to North Carrick Hall, and now to his Honda CRV, Francesco Santucci.
Hello, hello. Glad to be
Well,
here.
we're happy to have you, and we are also happy to talk about this snooze fest of a football game right now, as we all expected, right? Did we really think the Bears would score any points today?
I had hope. I was like, the Commanders kind of suck. Both teams kind of suck. So that can either mean that either no team score or there's a lot of scoring. And we've seen the first option here. It's kind of disappointing, but we'll see how the second half plays out.
Yeah, I mean, we should have had points there. Fields just I could have made that throw into the end zone to the tight end.
Jules, I could have made that throw, and I can't throw a football. I feel like it was one of the most routine throws of all time. It was pretty bad. Don't know also why we didn't QB sneak on 4th and inches, considering that's all we really know how to do.
Well,
fullback dives are not our forte.
They should have ran the tight end push thing that all these teams are doing.
Yes. I've been saying it last couple of weeks. The most efficient inches play is QB sneak with the tight end behind you, pushing you in.
I know, every time.
You just need that Notre Dame product, Cole Kmet, to absolutely hammer Justin Fields in the back. I don't care if he breaks his sternum.
Yeah, because you love Notre Dame, don't you?
Yeah, so much. I love Notre Dame. No,
well,
the Bears are pro Notre Dame basically. So,
who do we have from Notre Dame besides EQ and Cole?
So many.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, one thing I noticed in the first half that was good, there's very few things to say about the Bears offense that are good, but they're finally learning, oh, maybe if we throw to Darnell Mooney, we can, move the ball.
Yeah, I mean, Mooney's been pretty underutilized first 4 weeks, considering he is our best offensive option. Demont's great and all. Khalil Herbert's been a nice surprise here and there, but I mean, Mooney is the guy that's going to get us down the field. I mean, I love that fact that we're like the best rushing offense in the league, but like when Cooper Kupp has the same amount of receptions as our quarterback completions, it's a problem.
Does he really?
Going into this, I think Kupp and Fields had 49 completions and receptions.
Oh my gosh. Someone's been looking at their stats.
I've been keeping it up. Don't worry, I'll throw some more stats out.
Yeah, but speaking of the Rams, though, the Bears. See, I do my stats too. The Bears have scored more points than the Rams have this season.
That is one of my takeaways this week.
Well,
I said that since the Bears have more points than the Rams, either the Rams are really bad or the Bears aren't too bad. But after this game, after the first half, it's looking like the Bears are pretty trash with the Rams. So. Yeah, that is one of the things I did write down for today. But the Bears' offense has been pretty bad. Defense has been good, though.
They have been. Jaquan Brisker, and he's been balling out, the rookie out of Penn State.
Penn State, yeah.
I've noticed every game that he plays like he belongs on the field, whereas we've had guys in the past who just are not it. I think Brisker's got some potential, to be honest with you.
What's some guys in the past that are not it that you want to rattle off?
Chris Conte.
I know you probably want to let a couple rip.
Yeah.
Make you feel better.
Oh, will it?
Don't forget about Kevin White, that stud.
Kevin White,
pick in the draft, baby.
What a guy. He's been on all those teams.
Almost caught a Hail Mary against the Patriots. Don't forget it.
Hey, we're playing the Patriots this year. We should bring back Kevin.
If we need a jump ball, let's not look at Cole Kmet because he's also trash. We'll get Kevin White back, but we also have a giant in EQ, so I think we should just throw everything up to him.
We have a scary receiving core. I mean, I'd be fearing I'd
Yeah,
be
I
fearing
mean,
the Bears offense if I'm any other team, right?
when EQ is number 2, I mean, that that's pretty elite. Don't forget about Byron Pringle once gets out of jail.
Is he still there?
I don't know. I don't see him
I
running
thought
routes on Sunday,
I
so
thought he was on the pup list or something. They
I
probably
guess
bailed him
Valens
out.
Jones is our 3 then. It's not the best offense, but enough about the Bears wide receivers.
Yeah, enough about them. It's painful to talk about the Bears, and I've seen nothing from the Commanders. They've got their measly 3 points over there. There's
Hey,
literally nothing to say about their offense.
so I made a gut call today and benched J.K. Dobbins for Brian Robinson. And so far,
Oh,
it's looking like a real bad start. But hopefully, the Commanders are able to just find their way into the red zone enough where you can just hand the ball off to Brian Robinson, maybe get you a half yard. Anything. 10 points is acceptable to me.
yeah. Well, you're also notorious for rooting for players on your fantasy team who are going against the Bears.
Hey,
So
if the Packers are going to score a touchdown on us, why would I not want Devontae Adams to score for it? Like, it's going to happen already. Why not just be my guys? But I don't
yeah,
have any Packers players on my team this year, so you'll
I
be happy.
well, I was like, finally, I can take Devonte Adams because I never draft any Packers guys. I hate him.
Hey, I mean, I don't know, Jules. You started Romeo Dobbs
I,
last week,
you're
so
right. I was trying to remember who I did have.
kind of fraudulent. Kind of
He
fraudulent Bears
scored more
fan.
than your flex did.
Well, okay. The Lions offense poured 0 points in, so I can't help that my son Amon Ra did give me 5-5.
Yeah,
But
well,
yeah.
let's talk about that real quick. The Lions Patriots game last week. We have the new Tom Brady coming out from
Bailey
out of
Zapp.
nowhere, out of Western Kentucky.
I don't know what happened to the supposed best offense in the league, but it was a Bill Belichick masterclass.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean, they shut
just
him down.
dominated on all sides of the ball. It was bad. I'm very glad I didn't get to watch football last week, and sit down and watch all of it because I just know I would have been frustrated because my fantasy team got walloped.
Who?
And
What team did you lose to?
I lost to your team.
Oh, that's right. I forgot
Yeah,
about that. That was pretty good. I own you though. Just like Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears. I don't even remember the last. Just like how Tennessee fans don't even remember the last time we beat Bama. I don't remember the last time I lost to you in fantasy football.
it's been a while. It's honestly been a while. But that's not the problem. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, I'm inevitable to make the championship, and you're inevitable to make a bad start that costs you in the playoffs. So
Now, I don't have
we all know it's
Hollywood
going to
this year
happen.
though, so who
Who knows? I
knows?
might not make the playoffs this year. It's been a rough start. Yeah, but no, the Patriots kind of dominated. So I'm kind of interested to see what they do this week. I want to see if the Lions can rebound too, because that was pretty bad.
Yeah, do you know when the Bears first played the Lions this year?
I don't know, but
I
it's
mean, you get
I
two
still think it's
giants of
so
the
funny.
NFC. You got two giants of the NFC North. Absolute Goliaths of a team to face each
I still
other.
think it's so funny that the Bears are so bad this year, yet the Lions had all this hype and are still worse than the Bears through 5 weeks. It's inevitable.
I mean,
But
I think the Lions are gonna end up beating us because it's just Bears gonna bear. But speaking of Bears gonna bear, Raiders gonna Raider. That game, 17-0 lead. I mean, Mahomes is inevitable. But
I mean,
if you're the Raiders, like, what are you doing?
the Raiders are kings of blowing big leads this year. They're like the Atlanta Falcons of the West. They're I can't remember what game they lost. They lost. I don't know. No, they're up big against the Cardinals too, and they absolutely blew that game so badly.
Oh yeah,
Like Hunter Renfro fumble it. I remember
he
I
fumbled it
left to go.
twice.
I left to go do work, and I came back, and I was like, the Cardinals won. And you're like, yeah, scoop and score somehow. But
Renfro sold.
hey, all I'm saying is I love what Daniel Carlson's doing for me. Kicker one.
Kicker won. The new
That's
Nick
elite.
Folk.
I don't care. I don't care how the Raiders do. I only have their kicker. It doesn't matter to me.
Well, aside from the Raiders, what do you think about uh shoot what it was? Oh yes, the two other teams in the AFC that I pointed out this week was the Jets Dolphins game, which you would think, two not so great teams. Are the
Whoa, whoa,
Jets
whoa.
are the Jets good?
I don't know. I feel like the Dolphins would win if Tua's there, but I mean, when what's his name, Teddy Thompson or Teddy something? It's
Teddy
what's his
Thompson?
name? Yeah,
Teddy
like
Thompson.
what's
Teddy
his name?
Bridgewater.
What's the Thompson guy name?
Skylar Thompson?
Skylar Thompson. That guy. He's so unrecognizable. I don't even know his name. But when you have a third string quarterback, like obviously your offense is going to suffer. Like Teddy died as per. It's like Tyrod Taylor every time. But are the Jets good? I'm gonna say no. Actually, I think they're average, maybe above average.
Okay.
You don't know.
I actually find myself saying the same thing.
Hey, yeah, okay. They made a lot of upgrades. They did really well in the draft. That's the one thing they
Yes.
did really
Their
well.
rookies are crazy.
And they got that quarterback leading them, who's got that dog in him. Of
He's
course,
just got that dog.
that's for no unknown reasons. But
His
I'm not
boy
gonna,
Dax Milne. His boy Dax Milne is returning punts for the Commanders today, or kickoffs or something.
Yeah, no. Dax Milne. No, but I think they're pretty decent. Honestly, they got a solid O line too. Like, I know Mekhi Becton is dead.
He's gone for the year, right?
Yeah,
That's
but
gonna hurt him.
I think they got a solid team around them. Kind of interested to see what they do the rest of the year, but we'll see.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I was watching that Brees Hall highlight when I'm driving home from LSU on Sunday. Go Vols. And it was just, I see Brees Hall just running all over these people. No problem at all. It was like, what is going on here?
It
Miami
wasn't
could
so
not
good for my
tackle him.
fantasy team, but
well, I did trade for him because big GM over here. But
I was so happy he got tackled on the half-yard line, the 79-yard catch, and then he immediately scored after. I'm like, this is useless.
Two times it happened.
Whatever.
Let's talk about some of our predictions for this coming week, and then we'll get to this week in Vegas real quick. You have any hot takes for the week? We could go to hot take hour real quick if you have anything for us.
No. Let's okay, fine. I got two hot takes.
Okay.
The first, we were just talking about them, but I think the Jets will beat the Packers at Lambeau this week.
Would you look at that? I have the same thing written down on my notes.
Yes. I was looking at it and I'm like, I like the Jets this week. I don't know what it is, but I just
it's the New York special.
There's something in the water at Lambeau.
Well, forget I mean the Giants win against the Packers. The Jets are a much better team than the Giants, and I have friends who are Giants fans, and they have been hearing it from me all year about how I think the Giants are horrible, and then they keep winning games. And I think the Jets are a much better team than the Giants are. They've got a real shot to go into Lambeau and beat Rodgers.
I agree. That was my first hot take. You're gonna like the second one though.
Oh, okay.
I just traded him in fantasy, but DJ Moore will have a multiple touchdown week this week.
Who do they play? The Rams, right?
Maybe. But I heard Jalen Ramsey, he's already a son to what's his name? He already's got a dad wide receiver in the NFL. I think it's time he gets a stepdad in DJ Moore. I don't know. I know I traded him away this week for Kyle Pitts, which is everyone's gonna laugh at me for it, but it's just I sense it. I sense it this week. I almost started him. I almost didn't trade him because I wanted to start him, but
hey, you could ask Becker for him back just for this 1 week.
No, I need a tight end. Kyle Pitts, the king.
Okay.
Don't worry. I have some more good predictions. Not quite as hot takes, but I got some predictions for you too, Lair.
All right, what you got?
Oh,
Guest host, go ahead. I want to hear it.
okay.
They
Of
hear
course.
enough of me rambling on about wrong predictions every week, so.
Okay, well, here's some right predictions. All right. The first thing, Kyle Pitts will score his first touchdown in the United States this week. It
See, it
will
always
happen.
comes back to your fantasy team. I'm talking
No.
about Breece Hall, and you're talking about your guy you just traded away, then who you just traded
No.
for.
I'm telling you. They play the Niners. You think it's a bad matchup. That's where they get you. He's only scored in London, but this time he will score in the United States. I promise you that.
I really hope he
Also-
doesn't, just because of that fact.
Well, I'm betting on him, so it probably won't happen now. But also, speaking of the Panthers game, Baker is back this week. Interim head coach effect.
Stop
Every
it.
single time. No. Every single time an interim coach comes in, the team always plays so significantly better out of nowhere for the first game. So that means Baker is so back this week. I could see the Panthers easily beating the Rams this week because of it. You heard it here first.
Oh my goodness. What are you talking about? The Rams are so due. The Rams are so due to finally play well. You have had this team be horrible all season long. They've scored less than the Bears we already talked about. If you give the Rams, they need a break. They need a break. And you throw the Panthers on that schedule. The Rams are going to wallop them.
The landslide continues. That's all I'm hearing is. I'm hearing is Baker's going to go off this game. I promise you. The interim head coach effect is so real.
We'll see about that. I thought Baker was still hurt. Are you sure he's going to play?
Oh, he's playing. I talked to him this morning.
Yeah, I'll talk to you when the Rams lose to the Panthers.
We don't have to talk then.
I was going to bring up as one of my takeaways. I think the Panthers are going to have a fire sale during the season before the deadline?
Well, Baker's going to drop 400 yards, so the fire sale is not going to be needed.
Yeah, well, McCaffrey is going to go to some running back needy team.
Well, the Panthers will have a fire sale if the Panthers are 2-6 by week 8.
Which they will be.
No shot. They're getting their second win today.
Not after they beat the Rams, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, my gosh. All right, let's go into this week in Vegas because I know you're ready to make that guest picker box 0-3 right there.
Okay. Well, okay. So I got 3 great takes for Vegas this week. I am on a legendary cold streak. I have not won a bet since July from the home run derby, and I have legitimately. Oh, my light! My light has gone out. Okay, my lights have gone out.
I can still see you. You're good.
Okay, cool. Maybe my car just died. That sucks. But anyway,
I'll come jump you. Don't worry.
God damn it. But so I'm on a legendary cold streak, and I really think these are the picks to make me go 3-0. I'm not betting actual money, but if you want free money, here you go for 3 picks. So first, we got the Chargers -4.5 against the Broncos. Monday Night Football. The Broncos can't play on primetime.
We know.
Tired. This is one of my takeaways. This is one of my predictions. I am sick and tired of watching the goddamn Broncos play on primetime and watching my quarterback, Russell Wilson, be horrible every time in primetime.
They're so bad.
I just can't a man have his quarterback play bad on 1 p.m. games like a gentleman. I'm tired of watching him play bad when the world is watching. It's horrible. Like, one of my takeaways was that maybe Russ was holding the Seahawks back and not the other way around because Geno's been balling. And one of my predictions was I'm going to have a heart attack by halftime in the Monday Night Football game because I can't handle this. It's ridiculous. So Chargers.
Are you starting him again in fantasy? Russell Wilson?
Yeah, I'm starting him. I wanted to pick up Geno Smith, but he was gone. It's BS.
And you have Chargers -4.5, right?
Chargers -4.5 on Monday night.
Okay, that's a solid pick.
Here we are. Second one.
Hold up. You don't know how this works. It's my turn now.
Okay, let's hear your bad take.
My bad take. My first pick of the week, I'm 3-7-2. It's time to turn it around. If I
Then
win
poor.
all 3 picks this week, I'll still be under 500.
You're poor.
In a
Did you push
shocker.
2 weeks?
In a shocker. The Steelers are going to upset the Buccaneers.
Oh, that's just despicable.
Give me the +8.
There's no
give me
way.
the +8 and give me the money line.
The money
Lock
line
it
and
up
+8.
and seal it in the safe. Kenny Pickett and the Steelers looked so bad last week. If you don't think that Mike Tomlin is a good coach. If you think he's going to let anything like that happen again at all, maybe they don't win and maybe they just make it a close game. But the Steelers are going to cover the +8. The Buccaneers have looked so bad this year. I mean, they're winning games barely. They're scraping by a thread. They got bailed out by a roughing the passer call last week. You gonna wake up, Fran?
Jules, I stopped listening halfway through because that was such a bad take. This is the reason you're 3-7-2. Like, you're talking about how the Steelers have literally looked like I could walk on and try out and be on the offense. Like,
Maybe
they
you
have
could.
been so
Maybe
bad.
you could, but this week it's gonna be different.
You think that you saying that Mike Tomlin's not going to let it happen? I'm telling you right now, Mike Tomlin's going to have it happen again. Like, the Bucs are going to murder them.
The Bucs are not going to murder them. The Steelers are going to cover the +8. And what's your second pick of the day?
I felt like this line was just so disrespectful.
Okay.
Bengals -1.5 against the Saints. How are the Bengals only 1.5 point favorites against the Saints? I don't care how good the Saints. I don't care if Taysom Hill has 5 rushing touchdowns. The Bengals will be covering this game. There's no way the Saints. Have you seen the Saints? It's just Chris Olave catches a touchdown once a game, and it's like that's the passing attack. And if Taysom Hill doesn't have a rushing touchdown, no one has rushing touchdowns because he steals all of them from Kamara anyways. So
yeah, when
there's absolutely
trade,
no way that
trade away Kamara.
Don't talk about Alvin. I picked up Taysom Hill in our league though, so if anyone's gonna steal touchdowns from Alvin, it's gonna be me. But it's bad. But the Bengals are covering this game. There's not enough to be said. There's no more to be said. This is a crime of a line.
Okay, I think that's fine. I think that's a fairly good pick.
I mean, it's 2-0 right there already.
Oh, okay. We'll see about that. My second pick, which we already kind of discussed, is I've got, the Jets are 7.5 point underdogs. Even if they lose that game, I don't think it'll be by more than a touchdown. So give me New York.
I like that pick.
Jules,
I think you'll have a fourth win.
Jets.
I think we'll have a fourth win with that. I like that pick. We talked about it. It was both our hot takes. We love that.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go. All right, what's your? Actually, I'll save your pick for the final shabam of the episode.
Of course. Unless you take my pick, then it's messed up.
Well, I hope you don't have Ravens -5.5 at the New York Giants.
I do not, but one of my predictions was the Ravens will absolutely massacre the Giants and expose them for the frauds that they are.
I completely
agree.
So
I'm backing you on this.
This is such a new feeling that I'm, actually agreeing with my other host on multiple things.
Well, your first take was pretty bad, but the last two have been good.
Yeah, the Ravens are I think they'll be just fine against New York, and Giants beating Green Bay is they're gonna peak right there and just fall off a cliff. But
I agree. No, I agree.
Mr. Santucci.
Oh God.
As we head to the close of this week's Thursday Night Football special, tell me what is your 3-0 game? What is going to be your last pick that is going to make the guest picker line have a more in the win column than the loss column?
So Jules, from this last pick, I felt like I would run something back, a little nostalgia per se.
Oh boy.
Of my last, I think, football bet I won of my life. I think you know what this is. I was scouring the lines. I was looking. I was perusing. And I saw one thing that I'm like, Damn it, friend. This is the pick.
Tell him.
Bills, Chiefs, over 54. Bills, Chiefs, over 54. Did you see what happened last time these guys played? It was like 75 points. This is such an easy 28-24 win, or 28-27 win. This is easy. 28-27. You think the Bills and the Chiefs both won't score 27 points at least? Come on. No way. The most I'm doing is pushing, and then I'll get a little one at the end of my column. It's happening. I'm throwing it back. I'm going to win a football bet, and that was the last one I got. So we're running it back. Notice how I had nothing with T. Higgins this week. I couldn't do it.
Come on. Well, now that you haven't bet on T. Higgins, you know he's going off.
No, nothing will ever beat me betting anytime touchdown for T. Higgins in the conference championship and him not scoring, and then betting first touchdown in the Super Bowl, but then him scoring 2 touchdowns, not the first touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
While Steven's out here making $100 on OBJ. That one hurt.
Actually, that real quick too, before we end the episode, because that's kind of a headline. Odell apparently got super lowballed by the Rams GM, and I mean, I would want Odell on my team. He's a playmaker.
I would just pay Odell a lot of money to bear the Bears #1 because we need some wide receivers.
We sure do, but we're not a contender. He's not going to come here.
You never know. He could make us a contender. You don't know that.
Oh, Fields to Beckham. That's a scary duo.
Oh, one quick thing. Another thing I have to add. But hear me out. The magic will end. Cooper Rush will have his first loss as a starter in his career this week.
I agree. The Eagles are going to fly.
Yeah, it will finally come by one of my takeaway picks, MVP Jalen Hurts.
Wait. You have Jalen Hurts winning MVP?
Yep.
No way.
I literally wrote down Josh Allen, or I said Jalen is nuts, but Jalen Hurts is still the MVP. What?
That's a hotter take than any of the other ones you said.
He's been the MVP so far. I didn't say he's going to win the MVP, but he has been the MVP so far.
Josh Allen has absolutely been the MVP so far of this football league.
That's a weird way to pronounce Jalen.
Yes, Jalen has been the MVP this year so far.
No chance. That Bills team would get 8 wins with Andy Dalton at quarterback.
But did you see that video I sent in our Instagram chat last night? That video of Josh Allen just in the end zone, whoosh, just tosses it up.
You know what Jalen Hurts
perfect
is doing?
dime.
Jalen Hurts is being a dog. He's throwing 300 yards and getting 100 on the ground. Lamar who? Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts
leading
is playing
the NFL
how you'd have
best team. Leading the only undefeated team. About to be 6-0 after this week. I may curse the Eagles by just saying that Cooper Rush is going to lose and that Jalen Hurts is the MVP. But I believe it to be so, that Jalen Hurts is absolutely so far the season MVP. You heard it here first.
Dang, okay.
I know.
That's a pretty hot take right there.
No, it's pretty cold. It's not even hot because it's so easy to see, you know. I also wrote down that everyone was talking about how Mark Andrews was tight end 1. But you're goddamn wrong because Travis Kelce is inevitable and he will always be the tight end 1 until he dies.
Easily. Absolutely. All right. Well, I saw in the reflection of my window, since my TV is back there, the Bears have scored a touchdown.
What?
So,
Dude,
I know.
You have to keep me updated. I can't see it. Who scored?
So I'll let you go back to watch the game. We're gonna wrap up our Thursday night halftime special.
I missed our only score of the game, probably.
Thank you all for joining. We appreciate it. Thank you, Francesco, for guest hosting. Brady should be back next week if he, gets into college. But
if Brady doesn't come back, I mean, you got a fantastic host right here. Just be great, obviously. I'll come back when I'm 3-0 and be 6-0 after.
Yeah, we'll see how that guest picker line starts. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Francesco. We'll see you later. Go Bears.